Welcome back to What the Podcast. Ooh, happy Halloween time.
We need
You wouldn't know
Halloween
we
sound
didn't. We
effects.
didn't put any decorations up yet.
Well, this is the first week, so we want you to come back for more. Is all
I feel that we get at least 1 week of a pass.
for at least decor. The costumes were
This is
a difficult challenge this year. I mean, this first week.
It's the first time being back in the studio since the first week of September. So
Oh yeah, it's true. I didn't think about that.
yeah,
That's special.
hit the ground running right back in the U.S.
So this is 202.
This is
'Cause
episode
25 hour would have been
202.
201.
But really, it feels like a return to form as
True.
like, the start of the 2 aughts or
That is true.
whatever.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Welcome back to What the Podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And together we are
Ryan and John.
on the couch as always, Kara Tafoya.
Hi.
Hello. And joining us this week is the lovely Annie the Scove Scoveman. All right. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us this week.
She's always
You're
got a
welcome.
laptop in her hand. It must be wedding season.
I'm working late.
Like seriously, what are you doing right
I'm
now?
a singer.
She's watching TikTok, but on the computer.
It's different. It's different.
It's different. It does not count.
Yeah, that's true.
I have the next night. No, next. What year is it? 2024.
Just take your time.
I have the next 5 years worth of hurricane names pulled up.
Oh, okay. We're going to
It's-
get to
it's for
that.
later.
We're
It's
going to
for
get to that in
later.
a second, I feel.
But I need
Okay.
to pull it up on my
Let's
laptop.
just briefly go around for the audio listeners and tell them, first of all, head over to YouTube and watch the video podcast. It's What the Podcast in its truest form.
It is.
But let's just say what we're dressed up as. Happy Halloween. And as you know, it's a tradition that every October episode we dress up. So
Yeah, what was the
theme.
theme today? Give
Oh,
them to us.
and this year we're doing themed weeks, which we don't usually do.
Yes.
Sometimes we coordinate, but this week is your favorite character.
Can I just say, I think that
Uh-huh.
for all of us,
Yeah.
our favorite character became the most convenient character this week.
It was like the nearest character you could dress up as. Yeah. Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying?
You got to give us a pass.
you got to give us a pass this week.
You
We did our
remember
best.
back on the 25 hour, we came up with the idea towards
We
the
did,
end there.
and we were really excited.
We were
about it.
confident.
Yeah, you
that we
you
could
thought
pull
I
it
was
off.
going to remember that
I
after
didn't
being awake for
apparently
30 hours?
Apparently, nobody remembered it because when I
No.
texted about it, I got 3
Yeah,
SHITs.
my thought today, I thought this morning, I was
Yeah.
like, oh shoot, I need a costume. Oh, today's not October yet.
Tomorrow,
the
but-
30th.
Yeah, I mean,
On
but
the-
when this
we're
comes
actually
out,
It's
we're
when it
recording
comes
this on the
out.
30th. This will come out,
the
second
3rd.
or third,
third, yeah,
maybe the fourth.
well, hopefully
Kind
the
of
third.
depends. Let's just go round robin. Kara,
And Robin,
Taking it back to our first Halloween season.
is that true?
Yeah,
Oh,
I wore this outfit.
oh, I thought you said first Halloween, like us a couple together. But
No,
no.
no.
first Halloween with the podcast season.
Oh, you're reusing a costume.
Your Lilo,
Yes,
your
Reuse,
Lilo and
reuse
Stitch
it.
and
I'm
Stitch and
reusing.
Stitch.
I'm
This is the first
favorite
reuse I've
favorite
seen.
characters, Lilo and
Oh, okay. I guess that
Stitch
you get that is a
and
loophole.
Stitch.
I'll say.
That's
and
a loophole.
Stitch and
Oh, little Stitch.
Stitch.
Very nice.
Lots of Stitch.
Yep.
I'm just Ken.
So awesome.
Oh, your rollerblade, Ken.
I'm rollerblade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Santa Monica.
And I will say that this
Without
is
the
the
shorts.
only.
Not to call you out.
They
Yeah.
can't see his shorts.
Yeah, they can't see it, but
You opted out.
the costume did come with shorts that I
Oh.
chose not to wear. I opted out.
What were they?
Same
Little
color
tiny
as this,
skimpy
but
shorts.
little tiny
You
skirt.
really enjoyed them.
I will say also the only adult outfit I could find at Target.
No way.
Yep. Yep, the only one for adults.
Yeah, that's tough.
Actually, that's not true. There was a Harry Potter robe. Which
That would have been-
I do like him, but
I almost
I went with Ken.
my second choice was gonna be Hermione Granger.
oh, she's a good
You
character.
have that in your closet,
No,
You could, but you
okay.
could whip it up maybe.
it's the bangs.
but that's your actual favorite.
I
Character.
try to look for characters that have bangs this time.
Oh, so just like Kara characters. Kara.
So is that going to be
Yeah.
your theme throughout the whole month? Is
Well, I
characters
wanted
with bangs?
I wanted to try. It's hard,
Yeah,
You
you
don't
say
look-
it now. It's set in
especially
stone,
because
so.
You
people
look
with black
nothing.
hair
I will
and
say you look
bangs.
nothing like Lilo. In your outfit, you do, but like
Oh yeah, I know.
physically speaking, you look nothing like Lilo. So
Yes.
True. That's true. I Now I will say that I actually dressed up as one of my favorite characters, but I wasn't sure if I was going to pull it off. I'm not great. I'm not happy with how I pulled it off. But
Hey,
I'm
don't
Michael
put
Scott
down-
from The Office,
Don't put down.
and I'm also wearing my office Crocs.
You
Can-
needed your,
Yeah, you're gonna have to
your
take
best
it- yeah,
boss
there you go.
mug.
Those wow.
Free
yes,
pick.
world's best boss.
I don't have that. I have like a Dwight Schrute mug, but I don't have a world's best.
I would have put
boss.
money on that. Not only did you have one of those mugs, but there was on the shelf behind you.
No. I have a couple of office mugs, but I don't have the world's best boss mug.
John, what's your favorite Office Michael Scott quote? What's the best line that Michael Scott says?
I don't know I'm not good at quotes.
Well, that's fine. Just
But one of my favorite monologues is the one where they misprint like an inappropriate watermark on a whole like pallet of paper, and Michael
A
Scott's like
disgruntled
recording a video.
employee.
Yeah, he's recording a video that he's sending to the press, and he's like, it's so good. He's like, you can send in a SWAT team, but I will not go. I will not give up this job. And it was just like so iconic. Like everyone around
Perfect.
him was like that, or when he realizes that they kidnapped the kid for not paying for the pizza. That was also good too.
classic,
so good.
classic Office moments.
Yeah, those are. But yeah, he's got a lot of good quotes. That's what
My-
she said is
my-
probably a good one too. Oh,
My
yeah.
favorite quote of Michael Scott
Mm-hmm.
is he's trying to demonstrate that like office workers can be just as like
Yes,
office workers
yes.
just as dangerous as
Yeah.
working in the warehouse. So he's gonna throw himself off the roof to
Yes.
prove his point, and then to try to bribe him down, Pam goes,
My cushy office
I
job.
have a present for you, but you have to come down and get it. And then Dwight's down below, and Michael goes, Dwight, does she have a present?
What is it?
What is it? And Dwight goes, I don't see a present. And finally at the end they like convince him to come down, and then he just throws out like secondhand. He goes,
Gosh, yeah.
okay, Pam, I'm coming down for my present.
So good.
Like,
I think
after
the
all
only
this-
full episode of The Office I've ever seen is the one
Don't hurt
where
my feelings, please.
it's the one
Christmas.
where they
Christmas.
oh
We for sure have watched Moroccan Christmas together.
that
Yes.
was when he
God.
shows
I have
up
seen that
as
one.
Jesus is
Yeah.
so
but the first
good.
one that
So
comes
good.
into mind for me is the roast in the warehouse.
Oh, yeah.
When they have like
Yes.
the what do they call it?
When Meredith goes, you're the reason I drink.
yeah. Is it called like the roasties or
Oh no, you're
the-
thinking of the Dundies.
is it the Dundies that turns into the
Dundies.
roast?
No. It's he has a roast, a
mixing?
Michael
He has
Scott
a roast
roast.
of Michael Scott.
you are
Yeah.
mixing too, because the Dundies is the awards, but
Maybe
the
I'm thinking
roast
of
is
the
the.
Dundies.
Dundies. Awesome.
And
good.
Pam has her iconic, I feel God in this chili.
Yes, that's a good one too.
Classic.
Good.
Annie, you were dressed up as
Three blind mice.
Ratatouille.
Throw me glasses.
Oh.
Blind mice from Shrek.
You have so many
I have
options.
so many
Oh, wait,
options.
you need black ones.
You have to do your original
Ratatouille.
first.
Is that you? How did you know? I found some
Blind mice.
cheese. Oh,
Oh,
awful stuff.
my first rendition was the mouse from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, which I do love that book, and I do think about it quite often.
Give me cookies.
I don't think I've
Because
ever
I'm
read
like-
it.
Kara, why are you breaking hearts
classic.
today?
I know.
Here,
If
I'll
you-
give
in the
a
office,
synopsis.
never
Because-
read
I'll
book.
give you a synopsis of this book.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
If you
Annie.
give a mouse a cookie, he's gonna want to ask. He's gonna want to have some milk. If you give him some milk, he's gonna want to take a nap. If he takes a nap, he's gonna wake up energized and want to get something like productive done. If he gets something productive done, he's gonna want
Okay,
to.
the fourth line was fake.
She's making it up.
But so is
completely.
the whole point
He's-
is like
if he
to
took
give
a
you
nap,
one
he would
thing,
be
it,
done.
like,
The day would be over.
And in my mind,
In
it's
that third
me-
grade book, it said he's gonna want to be productive.
No, he
My first
doesn't.
question is, what's productive? I'm literally
Okay,
Yeah.
so did
Yeah.
this book send kids home to their parents and be like, "Mom, give me a cookie"?
No, it's
No,
like
the
a.
whole thing is
It's like a. It's a slip.
everything.
It's
yeah,
a slippery slope. It's
Everything
a slippery slope.
leads to
Because if you give
another.
a mouse a cookie, like if you give an inch, then they're gonna ask for a mile, type of thing.
And there's another. If you give a moose a milkshake, if you give
A pig a pancake.
Yeah,
is the one we
there's-
always read.
there's like
If you give a
what?
pig a
That's a good
pancake,
one.
he's gonna ask for some butter and some syrup, and then he's gonna want to have a picnic. He's gonna want to like build a tree
sounds
house
like
for
a
the
fun
And he's
picnic.
gonna want to start a
They know-
business.
it's
Yes.
so
right?
cute. The
Annie's
book
version
is
is
so
Pig
cute.
Enterprises. He's
Okay,
gonna
but
want
well,
to do
If
something
you give
productive.
Annie a microphone,
Productive.
she's gonna talk about things that
Oh, no.
are
Get her into hot
half-baked.
water.
Oh, no.
If she talks about things that are half baked, she's gonna take a hard stance. If she takes
Yeah.
a hard stance, it's gonna be that gas cars are better than electric cars.
and it's just a funny little children's book. But
Give
what's-
Annie a microphone. I'm gonna write that book.
If you give Annie
What?
a microphone,
So
he's
in the
technically
end-
he's technically
Child's book. Just
What do
I
you
think
take
I think by
away?
the end
Here
it
are all the
comes all the way
different
back
ones.
around to, and if
Oh.
he has it's
it's like by the end it's like the mouse has a great
his little
day,
brown
and if he
mouse.
has a great day, he's gonna ask for a cookie.
yeah
Is like the whole.
yeah something it comes around. If you give a moose a muffin, if you give a pig a pancake, if you give a dog a donut, if you give a cat a cupcake, if you take the mouse to school, if you
I wouldn't
take
do that.
a mouse to the movies, if you give a mouse a brownie, now we're just giving the mouse random things. If you give a pig a party,
I like you pick a pancake. I've never heard of that one. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
gonna have
give
to
a
read
moose
that
a
one.
muffin. That's what I am. I like
Moose
it.
with the muffin.
I'm a moose with a muffin.
All right.
Well,
Love it.
You chose the mouse, so
Well,
Well,
and now I'm a blind mice. There's so many options.
Blind mice is
Ratatouille.
pretty good. Blind mice is pretty good.
you need the cane.
I have it.
Okay.
This is probably your most appropriate costume on the
Yeah.
in recent
I
years.
did think, okay, my first rendition when I was like, oh shoot, I need a costume fast. Favorite characters. Bethany Hamilton. I'll put my one arm in.
Oh, my
no.
god,
Always.
Annie, what
Oh,
the
And I have my
is
wetsuit.
wrong with you?
And I was like, she's not really a character. She's a real human. So that's kind of rude.
What is wrong with
Who
you?
played? Did Dakota Fanning play her in the movie?
no. It was Anna
Oh.
Sophia Robb.
Anna
That's
Sophia
right.
Robb.
That's right.
But
She
you know,
killed it.
It's not really fair because she is a real person. So I'm not making a character out of her.
Yeah, it's kind of
Got you,
messed.
B.
It's kind of messed that you did that.
Are you, Bethany?
Well, in the news this week, our friend John actually made it to the news, if you can believe it. John Albright.
Me.
Breaking news: Man smashes signed Taylor Swift guitar after buying it for $4,000 at an
Awesome.
auction.
Awesome.
I know. I know.
Go him.
So good.
What a waste of money. He
That
could have
is
bought
so
that at an
awesome.
auction and sold it for so much more.
That's what I'm saying.
That means so much more.
No, I
than
love
the guitar.
I like the
Sending the
stance he's
message.
For a
making,
lot of
You
yeah.
think?
For a lot
He's
of
like,
us.
we're too obsessed with celebrity culture.
Yes, thank you.
But
Get
who-
alive.
okay,
That's what
Urge,
he's
yeah.
saying.
wouldn't you? But wouldn't that be better to just not buy the guitar at all?
No,
No,
it's
he's-
him being
it's a-
like
it's an
the
emotional
fact that he
stand.
made it into the news for that.
Yeah.
It's like the reality is like he bought it. It's his. He can do whatever the hell he wants to with it.
Sure.
But like the fact that people are like, I can't believe he smashed it. It's like, would it have been better to give it to someone who's gonna try to have sex with it? Like,
Yeah, true.
are
And a Swifty
obsessed.
would. And a Swifty
Walk
would.
me through that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave that there.
if you give an Annie a microphone,
Have you given Annie a
she's gonna
microphone? She's
say-
gonna
Do you
take
know
our shits.
that the Elvis Presley tour, they used to sell buttons that said "I hate Elvis,"
Really?
and so people would buy these. People that were like, "What's so great about Elvis?" would buy these buttons, and it's like you just bought merch. Like you literally just bought,
Awesome.
That's awesome.
you know, playing both sides.
Yeah, maybe is Taylor Swift doing that? Maybe. Or no?
It sounds like she is. She's selling
I don't
guitars
think
to.
she has nearly as many non-fans than she does fans.
I don't think there's anyone that's like that stance so much. Like I hate Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
there
I know
absolutely is.
plenty
The
of
foot,
people who
Really?
hate
the
her.
NFL. Remember when she was like being on the?
The NFL, she brought so much more money to the NFL.
That's the
Yeah,
whole.
but
I'm
to
saying
the
that's the
NFL, not
that
the
was the
fan base.
conversation.
I personally know so many people who were like, I cannot believe you spent any sort of money on her concert ticket. I hate her.
Yeah. But I mean, that's.
And
that
I
person
said, and I
was-
went anyway.
I feel like there is a
Crazy.
camp of people that just don't like popular stuff, though. Like,
Yeah.
whether it be Taylor Swift or whoever, I don't know.
Yeah.
People that are like, I can't believe you spent money on going to a concert.
I don't get that. I think you should go see who you want to see.
Sure.
I mean, I appreciate that you love Taylor Swift as much as you do. I just personally don't like her, and that's I think where I'm not like a hater.
No,
hater.
and I respect being a hater. I think there's nothing wrong with being a
Yeah.
hater. I think that spending your cold hard cash on merchandise and then destroying it.
Yep.
It's like the people that were burning Nikes after the whole
Yeah.
kneel for the flag thing.
Sure.
What are you doing?
No, it is crazy for sure. But I kind of like it.
Just
a
throw
little bit.
paint on if you're gonna protest, just
I
throw
kinda
paint
feel
on
like
somebody like
would've
a
been, what
good
would have
protester.
been better is if he bought the guitar and then like took Windex and like just wiped off.
Yeah,
I just wanted
Totally.
I just wanted the guitar.
totally.
Of course,
You're
yeah.
like,
Good
oh,
on
what's
the
this
guitar.
smudge right here?
It's so good.
It's like a $200 guitar. That's so funny.
Because I feel like smashing the guitar is definitely a little too far. It's a little dramatic. It's like it's a guitar. It feels kind of wasteful, you know.
As if Taylor Swift was gonna be like, oh my gosh, what? I'm canceling the tour.
Just canceling the tour. Yeah.
totally.
Oh, that's so good.
Well, speaking of the tour, not at all speaking of the
Fucking
tour. Wait,
Oh no.
wrong button.
Yeah, no, that's really close together.
Did you
Those two.
Did you switch up the
No,
buttons?
I did not switch the buttons.
Sorry. Speaking of whatever, I don't know. Annie had a thing. We're gonna talk about
Hurricanes.
hurricane. There's unfortunately a lot of devastation going on in this country right now. Hurricane
Helene.
Helene.
Speaking of The Office, Helene, Pam's mom, who Michael Scott has
Oh.
brief
Tumultuous relationship.
entanglement with.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
thank
so
you.
good.
A couple things about this hurricane, too.
First of all, pretty
Big.
gnarly. Shout out. I guess
Big.
not shout out.
Shout out to
Shout out
Hurricane
Helene.
No, condolences to anybody that might be going through a hurricane. Sucks.
Yeah.
Obviously, big disclaimer there, but we are going to talk about this hurricane.
I
Yeah.
checked down all my friends in Florida. They all seem to be doing well.
Okay. Well, that's good.
My friends are fine. I don't know about your friends. Check on them.
I don't have any friends in Florida.
Same.
So,
I meant more the
Yeah, I don't
listeners.
have anybody.
Also, North Carolina, though, got hit really hard.
oh
Yeah, it almost hit North Carolina worse.
shoot.
Yeah.
I better check on my North Carolina friend.
know. And you have
some of
one.
my Florida friends are in North Carolina right now to go help because they work for
Oh.
a satellite phone company.
Wow. Okay. That's
And their names are no, I'm just kidding.
And
their
they
social
live at-
security numbers are. But yeah, no, Hurricane Helene. And this is kind of like it is devastating.
yeah, of course.
You were reading some stats. I think they're at 100 people have passed away.
Just like so far
That they've,
reported.
that they found.
500 miles worth of damage or something.
I gotta say though, one of my favorite forms of content that comes out of natural disasters is like these people who decide to make these unhinged videos in the midst of these absolute
yes.
disasters.
What
are you talking about?
In the eye of the hurricane, there is quiet.
Wait, what?
I've been seeing people
Just
in
the
their
Hamilton
flooded
edit?
houses doing the what is it? Step
Step
up,
up
doing
dance,
the
the-
step up dance with the
Oh,
water.
that's so
I
good.
saw
They're
that one
like,
too.
That's
you know,
great.
Helene brought me the perfect opportunity to do
Yeah.
my step up routine I learned in the 5th grade.
Amazing.
Wow.
All of these whole things. I always love when they do like the little makeshift rafts. People like kayaking.
Oh, the kayaking
You
people.
know,
The first thing that I saw come out this time was the couple people who would post on TikTok that they decided not to evacuate, the mandatory evacuation.
I don't get that.
And it's like, yeah, we're hunkering down. We're in the middle of it. It's like, you're putting yourself in so much danger.
I see that a lot where people like end up resisting like an evacuation. They're like, I've been through storms before. This is
Because
nothing.
I guess in Florida, a lot of the houses are like, the first story is like kind of meant to get flooded just in
Yeah.
case. And then the second story. So she posted and was like, I'll give you updates on what happens to us on the second story. And it's like, okay, but what if
yeah, I
Gnarly.
don't know. I mean, it's so hard because like you also don't know. Like they can categorize it as it's gonna be this big, but they never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
They can't truly predict how hard a hurricane's gonna hit. They have like insanely good science and like guesses they can make, kind of thing, or like
Sure.
scientific predictions. But like you never know. Once it touches ground, like sometimes they just dissipate.
Yeah.
They're just like, whoa, broken up. We can't control the weather.
No, nobody can.
But we
No.
can control the names.
We can't control the names.
Okay.
Thank you. So, as you said, that this hurricane is named Helene.
Helene.
Have you ever thought about how hurricanes are named?
I have thought of it. And I always thought that there should be a Hurricane Ryan.
There
There is
probably
one.
was.
Sitting one right there.
And I do feel bad for people named Katrina because for a while there that was like the most
Yeah.
devastating one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you
So-
got for us?
The hurricane names have been decided until 2029. The group of people that make them are part of the UN, and it is an agency of the UN.
Okay.
And it is, I looked at it. It's like OMW.
All right.
And you basically have to be, it's like the order of meteorologist, like in whatever. You have to be like a meteorologist expert. They get to decide the hurricane names.
Okay.
I want to be part of that crew.
All right.
So I'm going to fake certification in order to become a meteorologist expert because I want to be a part of the people who get to name the hurricanes.
Okay. Should we scrub this from the episode or you're just
Good
coming
luck
out with it?
finding me.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have a fake name. It's going to be great. I'm going to make fake accreditations. I'm getting on the UN's meteorologist team, so I can help name hurricanes.
Okay, what are the names we got? Wait, so just that went a little fast for me. If we can just back up briefly. You're telling me that they have a list of names so that when the hurricane comes, they're like, oh, this one is Todd.
So they do it in order. They start at A every year. So 2024, they have names A through Z.
Okay.
And as we get hurricanes, they go down the list. So we're at Helene. So that is
We've had
X amount of hurricanes and we're at H.
What was ours?
We've had 8 hurricanes.
What was the San Diego hurricane?
It was Bob.
What was it?
It was pretty early in the year, so that was Carl.
Let's see. Hold on.
It might have been
Hurricane Carl.
Chris. Might have been Hurricane Chris.
That's so.
So 2024, the names are this: Alberto, Beryl, Chris, Debbie, Ernesto, Francine, Gordon, Helene, Isaac, Joyce, Kirk, Leslie, Milton, Nadine, Oscar, Patty, Raphael, Sarah, Tony.
It was Hurricane Hillary.
Are
that
these
came through
just
San Diego?
Are these just people that they have like vendettas
It
against?
must have been last year.
And they're like, ugh, I hate
Valerie
this person
and
naming
William.
That's
hurricane
the
after
only
them.
one that. Oh yeah, that is from last year. But I don't know. I can't find the one that.
Valerie and William, they don't
Yeah.
have a YZ.
No, because they have at the very end of everything, they have supplemental hurricane names, like in case they really get that far. and that is that's wild. Jacobus.
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 Jacobus. Sure,
No,
Jacobus.
It's definitely not Jacobus.
There's
Can-
Kenzie, Nolan, Pax.
Can I
PAX?
just say that this is maybe the stupidest thing I've ever heard? You're telling me that they sit around these
And they
weather
name
people. They're like,
hurricanes.
no, they don't. They think of names for when the hurricanes do come. I always assumed that they were just naming them for like whoever discovered the hurricane.
See,
Maybe
I kind of feel like I interpret it a little bit as like when you get high, like a prestigious level of a meteorologist, you kind of get called upon. You're obviously doing other things, but like at some point they kind of convene a committee. It sounds like they convene a committee, and then the person goes like, "Hey, you're next on the list. You get to choose a name. What do you
Yeah.
want?" I don't think it's like these guys hang around and all they do is make. I,
thought
think they
there
all
was a
have individual
reason.
careers.
Do you think this is just like a water cooler thing? They're like, oh, by the way, we're picking the names for the hurricanes.
I think it's a big deal. I'm sure in the meteorology world, I'm sure it's a big deal to be like, to get to the top of that list and go, you get to name the hurricane. And I don't think it's a big deal in
It
our
is-
world. But
and I
you
guess
know?
that's what I mean. Like,
WMO, the World Meteorological Organization, is
So
responsible
they're not
for
all
naming
just sitting there
hurricanes,
making
tropical,
names. They
and
have other
tropical
things
storms
going
in the
on.
Atlantic Ocean and other regions. The WMO's Hurricane Committee manages the naming process, which includes name lists, supplemental lists. So,
I'm
so
kind
it's
of
a
with
6-year rotation.
I'm kind of with Annie in that, like, I never got the call. Like, if I knew that there was a WMO I could join to name the hurricanes,
Has there been
I'd be on it.
Has there
So
been
you're
a
saying
hurricane?
this would have changed your course into getting into meteorology as a kid? if you
I'm
knew
saying
this?
that it doesn't take experts to name the hurricanes,
then-
and,
Yeah, but
I
it's-
would like to be
But it takes
consulted.
experts to get to be able to name.
and
the
listen,
hurricane.
here's my thing
And that
I want to be the
is
person.
bullshit. That's bullshit. It's
I'm saying
naming
these
a
people,
thing.
I'm saying these people work their whole lives.
These
to
names
become
are
the top
completely
meteorologists
arbitrary.
in the country, and this is like an accolade. When you get to the highest level of being a meteorologist, you get to be a part.
So they
of
can watch
choosing the name.
devastation and death all across the country and be like, I named that.
But no, the best part about
Sure.
it. Here,
That's
hey,
crazy.
hey,
Yeah, go ahead.
tune in.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah,
in.
guys, let's
Tune in.
let's
They
get
can
focused.
change the name if they feel that is inappropriate for the amount of devastation that has happened.
It's not
There you go.
serving.
So if they're
Not
if
serving.
Hurricane Tony, or there's some supplemental names on here that like Hurricane Vicky.
Yeah.
If Hurricane Vicky's getting a little
Vicky
too deadly,
sounds
they're like,
hellish, if
we
I could
can
just
name
say
we can
Hurricane
re-
Hillary.
next year.
Hurricane
So
Hillary.
2025, we have
No way.
Andrea, Barry,
Uh-huh.
Chantel, Dexter,
Chantel's on there.
Aaron.
Chantel is on there.
Chantel's on it.
Seriously. Awesome.
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand.
Yeah. So like Hurricane Ferdinand gets a little too
Hurricane
deadly.
Ferdinand.
They're like, we're gonna rename
What did
it.
they read it? Hurricane Colossal.
Yeah.
Hurricane
Gabrielle,
Killer.
What about
Like what-
Humberto? Hurricane Humberto.
What's something that sounds a little bit more deadly?
There's Jerry.
For some reason, I
Karen.
thought hurricanes were named after like
People. no.
constellations or gods or.
Oh,
No, next year
that would sound.
a
I mean,
Hurricane Tanya.
Oh no.
dang, that's gonna
Oh,
be
no.
devastating.
If it happens.
There's also weird rules. Like they exclude some lettering. So they exclude Q, U, X, Y, and Z
Yeah,
are
so there's
excluded
no
from hurricane names.
There's no Hurricane Zaza.
No, but the WMO has been in charge of naming hurricanes since 1950, but the history of naming hurricanes goes back to the 1800s.
Okay, so there's a fat chance that all of us have been hurricanes before.
Well, here's the thing: if
I'm
it's
gonna
been
Google
used,
it.
it goes out of commission.
There was
but
only one.
It has been used before.
There's
Well,
only one Hurricane
if
Ryan.
it hits it. So if Hurricane Ryan's on the list,
Yeah.
and they don't use it, it can be re-put on another list. But if Hurricane Kara comes through and kills out 300 people and hits the ground, and it's like Hurricane Kara, there's not going to be another Hurricane Kara.
But there's still a big
like,
fat chance that there's been a
Katrina-
Hurricane Kara in history.
Oh,
I don't
Hurricane John. Oh my gosh.
I think that happened.
was a powerful tropical cyclone that caused deadly flooding across southern Mexico for several days in September of 2024.
Yeah, I think it just happened.
What?
Hurricane John came, or it was either right before or
Was
right
mine
after.
deadly enough to be reused? Oh no, it can't be reused.
It can't be reused. So
Oh, really?
your
I was
hurricane
you're done.
happened.
You're
Your
done.
hurricane happened this month, and you didn't even know about
Just
it.
a powerful tropical cyclone, which is
Well-
not going to be my Instagram bio.
I am a
Powerful
tropical
tropical-
cyclone.
Tropical cyclone.
Powerful tropical cyclone.
Oh, it's pretty good.
I'm getting confused because there's a website called Hypothetical Hurricanes Wiki.
Oh.
.fandom.com, and Hurricane Ryan isn't happening until 2026.
It's probably because there's Ryan's in the list.
Okay, here we go. List
Ryan's
of
not
retired.
on the official hurricane names for next year.
Okay, so let's see how bad Hurricane Annie was.
Next year the R is
Anna.
Rebecca.
Oh.
And then 2026, I kind of hope. I don't wish for hurricanes, but I do like all the names for the hurricanes. Okay, ready?
You're
Yeah.
wishing for
2026 is going to be a great year for hurricanes.
By the way, just want to say Hurricane Anna, 1961,
Well, there's
impacted Central America and the Windward Islands in July.
there's another hurricane, Anna, but probably spelled differently coming up. 2026, the hurricane names that are as listed.
Okay, thank you.
Arthur,
Okay.
Bertha,
Hurricane Arthur.
Careful.
Cristobal,
Oh,
Cristobal,
Cristobal.
Cristobal.
Okay, they're making these
Dolly,
up. Dolly.
Eduardo,
Okay.
Faye, Gonzalo,
Okay.
Hannah,
All right.
I remember Hugo. actually.
Isaias,
Isaias.
yeah, Josephine, Kyle, Leah, Marco, Nana, Omar, Paulette, Renee, Sally, Teddy, Vicky, and Willifred.
Now I feel like if Hurricane Nana came around and
Oh.
that killed too many people, that would be a renaming.
I kind of
Yeah,
thought the
they
same
just
thing.
they just skip right down to Willifred.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
You
Hurricane
looking up
John
Hurricane
was the
John,
worst of
you're
all?
fully
No.
spiraling.
Hurricane Janine in 2004 was a Category 3, 3,000 deaths in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Like a lot of these are like between 50 and 100 deaths. And then I scroll down 3,000. That's a
So,
lot.
as I close my laptop, in conclusion,
In conclusion,
new bucket list item is to get on the, I forget the acronym,
WMO.
WMO's hurricane expert list or meteorologist experts to get on be one of the people that names hurricanes.
Worst hurricane of all time, Hurricane Mitch, 1998, 11,000 deaths attributed to it.
Where?
They're also
This is
saying
a
that
really
in
comprehensive site.
1780, the Great Hurricane resulted in 22,000
How would they
fatalities.
know? 1780, they couldn't count yet.
Also, 1780. They
I
didn't
remember
have like
I remember Hurricane Maria.
infrastructure.
It was in Puerto Rico and 3,000 died there. That was really sad.
Hey, how about we stop going down Hurricane Memory Lane?
One more. Hurricane Katrina, apparently, I just went into some research about it recently. The actual devastation from it wasn't even from the hurricane.
It was the flood.
It was all the levees.
All the levees burst.
And it flooded all the houses, and that's one of those things that happened when we were kids, and I didn't really even
Oh, I kind of have a lot of clear memories of it.
Do you?
The
Of
news
Hurricane
was on,
Katrina?
Yeah, the news was on in my house a lot during it, and I have images seared of my mind of them going into houses with news crews. I remember Sean Penn was big in Hurricane Katrina. He went down and did a lot of, helping and humanitarian work. And, oof.
See,
And then
I
they had
kinda remember it
the
too, but-
Thunderdome, which
Yeah.
is where that all comes out from, in the Thunderdome.
Yeah. I kind of remember it too, but it's now when you watch the news and you're an adult, like you get all the details and you hear all the
The nitty gritties. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. But when I'm a kid, I'm like, oh, there's a hurricane. Like, oh, crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was all the levees breaking, and that
Yeah, horrible.
Hurricane Katrina, awful. All hurricanes. Sounds like Hurricane Maria, bad.
yeah.
Hurricane's bad, but when I get on that list,
Yeah. What are you gonna name your?
Anita.
What's your first pick?
Anita.
See,
Anita.
you're gonna name it after yourself.
No,
kind
my
of.
name's not Anita.
Have you already looked up
Anita
if there's been
Hurricane.
one?
Shit, no, I haven't.
I've been thinking
Look it
about
up,
this
look
for
it
the
up.
last couple of minutes.
Thank you.
Oh,
Since you brought it up.
Hurricane Anita. Just
You
real
get
quick.
inducted into the WMO. What's your first pick? And it's got to be good because if you're gonna stay there,
Anita.
Anita's
Because
pretty
I feel
solid.
like it's not goofy enough that they would rename it if devastation hits. Hurricane Anita hitting shores. The hurricane strength
Anita
winds.
already happened in 1977.
Ooh, missed it.
August.
ANI.
ANITA.
Oh,
Anita.
Anita.
So you're screwed. Well, there goes your shot. John, you get one shot. It's got to be a name that hasn't been used yet.
Okay, now
And it's gotta be good.
What I hear is a lot of American names.
Well, there was a lot
Oh,
of
you wanna
like
go-
Spanish waning too.
So, yes, and so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go something a little bit non-American traditional.
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna go Dembe.
Wow.
I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't know. I don't know why.
Hurricane Dembe.
Why is that so funny?
Wasn't that
Harambe.
wasn't that the
Harambe.
basketball player that passed away?
No,
Dikembe, that
no,
was Dikembe
No,
Mutombo.
Hurricane Dembe. So I think I'm
Okay,
clear
so
on that.
you're good,
Okay.
Dembe. Kara, what
Okay,
are you
so-
locking in?
The WMO will.
There's already
think
been a
about it.
Bertha, right? There's had to have been a Bertha.
Big Bertha.
I think Bertha was on next
Hurricane
year's list,
Bertha? Let's see.
2026.
Hurricane Bertha.
Let's see.
Hurricane Bertha.
No.
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
maybe.
Hurricane Bertha, 1996.
Oh, you're
1996.
All right,
year
what
we
do you
were
got?
born?
What do you got?
Wow, what are you hitting with? Oh, is that it? If
Okay.
if
Well,
it's
he's-
already been done?
I'm gonna
Oh, you
go.
lost. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I'm still in it, but you're out. You're
Okay. Okay. It has to be obscure enough. And I feel like this one, they're not going to change it if it gets too devastating. This one's going to be Hurricane Wolfgang.
You
How
don't
are
think they
you
would change
spelling
that? They would
Locked
change
in.
that.
Wolf.
Oh,
the
yeah,
way you
okay,
think.
got it,
The way you think.
Wolfgang.
Yeah, gang, got it. Okay. No. Crazy enough?
Yes!
Hurricane Wolfgang.
Hurricane Wolfgang.
That's going to devastate all kinds of communities all across the
all
South.
over.
Yeah. The East Coast is not going to know what happened.
Wow, you know
Yep. What can you do?
what? Dang it.
That's.
When I,
mean,
great
get,
topic,
when I
by
get on
the
the
way.
committee, I'll.
This is, look, it's episode 202. They're not all going to be winners.
Hey,
Okay.
learn something. Why don't you?
I mean,
Why don't ya?
haven't we kind of done the whole podcasting thing?
Yeah, we
aren't
have.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
25
Leave in the
hours.
We're tapped out.
What's your ideal hurricane naming situation? I want people. What do people
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
Needs to
And
be a
try to
poll.
try to avoid names that have already been taken. So, like Ryan was saying, obscure but usable,
But maybe powerful.
but maybe powerful.
I think they
Strikes-
need to do they need to run a social media poll like
Yeah.
they do with naming
Yeah.
animals in a zoo.
I think so too.
Or like choosing mascots and
We-
stuff.
Let
We
the
should
people-
know what the
you
people
guys
should
are
pick.
crazy. We're gonna
Name that hurricane.
nationwide poll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all of us to decide
Yep.
what the name of this
I
horrific
think
event is
Yes.
it
called.
would bring
Yes.
morale up during hurricane
I think-
situations where it's like,
I think
hey,
we're
as
out of our
long
minds.
like until it hits a threat level 3, we're gonna let you guys name this tropical storm.
And
you
then if it
voted,
doesn't, we're gonna
and
take
then
over.
the number 1 spot when it hits. We'll announce what the
I
hurricane
think
name is.
I
that
got it, I
sounds
got it.
that sounds just as ridiculous as a committee somewhere
No, no.
being paid thousands of dollars
I got
to
it.
sit around and go, okay, guys, what are your names?
You guys,
What
the
name?
winner of America's Got Talent gets to choose. the
No,
next
we name it
hurricane.
after them. We name it after them.
Who and like my thing is I looked up
a
I
lottery.
went on their
Yeah.
website and I looked up how to become a member and they basically just said you have to be an expert. But they didn't really say, so I'm gonna email
I
them.
see. It doesn't seem that crazy to me because in my head, I'm thinking, and I've already explained this, but like, I think it's like you have to like it's somebody who's like already in the meteorology field who's like worked their way up to be like a very profound professor, or
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, when I don't like I said, it's not like I don't think these guys like just sit around all day coming up with names. I think it's like they convene for like maybe 3 or 4 meetings, and then that person, whoever is they've chosen, gets to go. Yeah,
What
do
I'm
you think?
saying is,
Great.
it's probably as formal as what we just did on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think
The
about
thing is,
Bertha?
now the question is,
And then it's
do you
like
think-
the name of a natural disaster.
do you think that in the meteorology, like in the world of
Yeah,
that realm, do you think that people, when they start getting high on in notoriety in meteorology, they start to develop their own list like on the side, so that when they're called up,
sure. It's like
they're
fantasy
I have-
hurricane name
I have-
draft.
I have my list. They're like working on it. They're constantly like, if
I'm
they've been
so
used
glad
or
you
taken
asked.
off. You know what I'm saying? Do you think like that's something they prep as they start to move up the chain of meteorology?
I'm
They're
sure
like,
they don't get that many.
I have my list, and then they go out to dinner. They're like, I'm not telling you my names because I might be next.
What are yours?
And they're like, oh, no, we don't share names.
How many did you lose this year? Because like you have names that
They're playing Hurricane
they're like,
Pool.
that was
No,
mine.
Do that. We should take bets on what's going to be.
No, you guys.
One. We can only do one
We
pool at a
can only
time.
do one
John's
pool at a
Google
time.
alerts can only have so many things.
Gosh.
I was able to turn off Bob Newhart, which is great. One less
Oh,
email I get a week, which
sad.
is nice.
Sad. But hey, tomorrow,
Yeah, your boy, he's
Well,
alive.
hope-
He's only technically
hopefully
alive.
on the day that this gets published, because on the day of recording, he's
Yeah.
got one more day until he turns 100 years old. President
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter.
He turns 100 tomorrow, and the episode will be out on the 3rd. So,
So
I
he'll
hope
be
he dies.
he'll be 102 days.
yep.
I hope he dies tonight.
I have his birthday in my calendar.
Annie,
No,
adorable.
I hope he.
I'm
I
sure.
Hope, I hope he lives till January 1st, 2025, because that is the best.
So
way.
devastating.
One day away.
You're telling me I get to the end of the death pool
yes,
and I have to pick a new guy?
I know.
Or where do we land on that?
Yeah,
Can I
you
double
can't-
that?
no
you can't
repeats,
tell.
no
No
repeats.
repeats.
I
No
can't
doubles.
three-peat?
No doubles. No 3-peats.
Damn.
You could choose King. Well, you can't choose King Charles again. Never mind.
No, I don't think so. I'll get fresh next year.
A
A lot of guys out there.
It's crazy because I'm already starting to think about what my pick will be next year. I know we're
Well,
I know we're 3
it's
months
only
out.
it's fresh
but-
in the mind because a lot of celebrity
A lot of
deaths
people
today,
been dying.
specifically, and this weekend. I
Yeah.
mean, we had James Earl Jones. We talked about this on the 25 hour.
Yep.
We had James Earl Jones, Maggie Smith, and then today actually a whole new crop of celebrities.
Who?
We found out
Pete Rose died.
Pete Rose,
Rest in
baseball
peace,
legend,
King.
Yeah.
and then
Gavin Creel.
Yes. That was tell us a little bit about Gavin. He was a Broadway
Gavin Creel
star.
was a Broadway guy. He was the original Jimmy in Thoroughly Modern Millie.
Yeah.
He was in the Hello Dolly revival.
Uh-huh.
He was in the Hair
Would you say
revival.
he's a B-lister? B-lister or
No.
A-lister?
No.
In the Broadway world, definitely
Broadway
an
World
A-lister.
A-lister.
I'm talking about like world stat. Do you think he's a B-lister?
Oh, World probably B.
Did you ever see Eloise at the Plaza?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was.
He was the hot waiter guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sings and plays piano.
Rest in
Maitre d'.
power,
I was just
Yeah.
watching that today.
He recently
Sad. Heard a
was
clip of
in.
it.
He joined Waitress, and he was like the main guy character in Waitress.
How old was he?
He was really young.
43,
Yeah. wait,
42.
How'd he die?
He
Cancer.
was diagnosed with cancer
Got
2
the
months
cants.
ago.
Whoa! In 2 months he kicked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So sad.
Hey, when you go out with a bang.
Okay. Annie.
What's more, Chris Christopherson,
You
Oh.
go out. You go out with the
country
bang.
music legend and Star is Born leading man,
Yeah.
What?
passed away today at 8 or yesterday.
Stars Born leading man.
The
is-
the first, not
first
not
one?
the most recent Star is Born.
I said.
There's been
That's
3.
Bradley Cooper.
Do you know it was a
There's
remake?
3.
There's
You
3.
didn't know it was a remake?
I had no
he played
idea it was
opposite-
a remake.
Okay. Really? You know how many of those I let go this episode for you? You barely made it through the hurricane names, bro. Don't even start.
Don't even start.
Chris Christopherson, opposite of Babs.
Babs.
Right? Barbara Streisand?
Babs was the first one. And then who's the second one?
It was I don't know.
Oh, you know,
Was it Judy Garland?
Rapper Chino
No.
XL.
Judy Garland was the
died
very
today.
first one, actually.
Oh. Opposite.
One
Judy
more time.
Garland was first.
September 30th. Bad
Famous
day
rapper
for
Chino
celebrities.
XL.
Chino XL.
You ever heard of him?
No.
Oh man, you know his stuff if you heard him.
Get out of here.
No, he's good
Tell me
stuff.
Chino XL passed
He
on?
dies at 70, if you can believe it. That's a pretty good life.
Yeah. That's old.
Dang.
I'll be shocked if I hit 69.
I don't think I know
We'll-
Chris.
we'll all be shocked.
Christopher. Yeah, I don't recognize him actually. That's too.
Actor, singer.
I've heard his name
He's
before.
in Blade.
Oh,
Passed on.
Blade. Okay.
This has got to be the worst 4 people to be on a pop culture podcast.
Go ahead.
Why?
We don't know.
We're like just stringing together thoughts about
Okay.
people we kind of know.
You know the most like pop culture thing ever?
Yeah, let it rip.
Dancing with the Stars.
Oh God.
Are you watching that show?
No.
I caught up today.
Okay.
Oh my
Who
gosh.
is watching that show?
Who's
You
give us a
and-
couple of big
Stars
names?
Are crazy
Who are the
this
stars?
year.
We have Jen Tran from
know.
The most
Bachelorette.
recent Bachelorette.
Okay.
We have Joey from
Most
The
recent
Bachelor.
Bachelor.
Both
So
of
they're
them.
just cross pollinating their other show.
Yeah, it's
Well, she was
sucks.
she
That's
was
amazing.
That is sucks.
she was a last minute ad.
She literally finished her.
This used to be
episode,
a show
and
that
then
like
they took her
actual celebrities
straight
went
to.
on.
No, it
The
it does
guy-
have some weird celebrities.
The
this year.
guy from Family Matters, he's the dad, and he's
Okay.
also the diehard cop.
Yes. Oh, really?
He's on it.
yes.
Enola
funny.
Mar is on there. She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
Who?
guess Enola
Oh,
Mars.
Alona.
Yes, Alona, the rugby player. The
I
Pommel.
met her. She came into Moniker.
She's the
Yeah.
only
They
Anna
practice in
Delvey, but
Monaco.
Anna
She's-
Delvey's already gone.
Yeah,
right?
thank
She's
God
already-
she sucked, and she should
Eric
have
Roberts.
never been there.
Eric Roberts is on there.
The super
Reginald
tall
Vell
basketball player.
Johnson.
Emma Roberts' dad.
Reginald
Wait.
Bill
No,
Johnson.
they don't talk.
Wait, what?
what?
Eric Roberts, Emma Roberts. Her dad is
Are you
Eric Roberts.
serious?
And they do not talk
Wait, why don't they talk?
because he apparently he's like you would know him. Look, let me show you a picture of him. You would know him if you saw him.
Oh, I didn't know him.
Oh yeah.
He's in like all he has like
plays-
600 TV and movie credits. Literally,
Yeah,
he's like
he's in-
but he doesn't talk to Em anymore because he
Wow.
wasn't around when she was a kid and they don't talk. But in interviews he talks about her very highly. He's like she's very proud of her, but they don't talk. Is that sad?
Reginald Bill Johnson.
Yes, Reggie.
Reggie.
Is that the big
And
tall
he's
guy?
no, that's the
No,
diehard
the dad
guy.
from Family Matters.
Tori Spelling. I have no idea who that is.
Tori
she
Spelling
was
is
like-
90210.
And she was kind of. Then she went. She
Dwight
went, like,
Howard's is a
like reality
Yes.
TV
athletic person.
He's
right?
a
basketball player.
basketball player. He's so tall, and
He's
he
like-
got paired with someone who's 5'3".
And he's like
The
almost 7 feet
dance
tall.
is so crazy. How she choreographed
There's
it with
a
him.
lot of sports people because there's we have a gymnast.
Steven, yeah, that's the
Danny.
Yeah, he's the one that wears glasses, but he
Yeah,
doesn't need them or
he's-
something.
Yeah, no, he needs them.
I think last season you were
She
watching,
wore
there was a
protective
lot of stars
glasses
I
in the
knew,
Olympics.
and this one it's like
If
none.
you watched it, you would know. It's
But
the pommel
Anna-
horse guy during
Anna-
the Olympics.
Anna Delvey. It's
Anna
a lot of like kind of
Delvey.
like
Yeah, get this. Anna Delvey
TikTok
got like
stars.
special permission, like house arrest permission to be on the show.
Yep.
She's still
And
in
then-
jail.
That's
She
right.
was-
she
no,
was
no, no,
wearing
no, no.
the
She's not still in jail. She's still
house arrest.
On
house arrest.
Okay.
She's got the
She-
old.
Form of jail.
She served her time.
it was awful. Her dance was horrible. She
Oh.
gets booted.
It's off.
First
you know-
episode, right?
Yeah.
No.
Or
First
first
episode,
dance?
no elimination.
Okay.
They let everyone go.
Oh god.
For sure.
Second episode, double elimination.
Oh.
So they let everyone do 2 weeks.
So it's kind of like
She at the
You were
end
bad
of this
twice.
at the end of this episode, it ends up being the
They just let her go
90210
twice.
girl
Okay.
Tori.
who Tori gets off, and then Anna, and they go to Tori, and they're like, "How was your experience?" All this stuff, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. I did it for my kids." And then Julianne Hough goes to Anna and goes, "Anna, what did you take out of this experience?" And dead ass, she goes,
nothing.
"Nothing."
I
and
want
Julianne,
Nothing.
Julianne literally
Okay.
goes, "Come on, you
The most
you had
Trying to
something."
host TV.
the
But then
most
the episode
iconic.
ends.
Nothing.
She literally goes and she's like her whole thing is she kind of is like deadpan, like everyone's an idiot. She's,
She's
like
so deadpan.
nothing.
I kind of respect it.
honestly.
Whatever. She's like,
"What-
take me back to
what are you
prison."
taking what did you take away from this experience? She's like, nothing.
God.
Oh, I saw this article the other day, which was like a snippet, the title of the article, and then I didn't read it. I just kept going.
Cool.
No way.
Thank you.
No
Thank you.
way.
I saw a
Really?
newspaper headline. Is that what you were saying?
Basically.
You heard
Um,
somebody whisper when you were walking by.
But it was saying that people who are obsessed with celebrities may be proven to be less intelligent. And then I saw it and I went, huh? And then I tried to think of a celebrity I'm obsessed with, and I was like, I don't think there's anyone I'm obsessed with. So I felt like I was in the clear, and I just scrolled by. I went, looks like
think
I'm
you
smart.
said this
That's so-
exact same thing literally like a couple weeks ago about people who like sports.
People who
It's
are
so.
obsessed with sports are less. If you're obsessed with anything, I guess they're counting you as less
It's so.
intelligent.
It's
I
like
don't know who they
so
are, but-
punching down for a pop culture news outlet to be like
Punching down.
people that are obsessed with celebrities
Suck.
are stupid.
When like literally they've built us, our whole society has been built
Yes.
around.
What do you mean?
celebrity
You're
status.
obsessed with history. Those are celebrities.
Loser. Loser, dumb loser, dumb loser.
But there's not like one person that I'm obsessed with in history.
A president.
But you're obsessed
certain
with something,
president.
aka history. It's the same thing as
Not
being
a
obsessed
certain
with
somebody.
I think we throw around the word obsession quite a bit.
Well, and then
I
you
think
look at
liking
true
a celebrity and
obsession,
following a celebrity is
different than being like obsessed with a celebrity is way.
If you're like
wild.
every waking day is like, what are the Kardashians doing today? Yeah, I could
Sure.
see you
I
being
guess
stupid.
That's like mental.
Yeah.
I
Right.
can see you being
For
stupid.
sure. But it's certainly interesting because
I don't think it's
that's
necessarily
just
that
what's
they're
on TV.
stupid. I think it's that they're consuming their whole brain to this one thing.
Got it.
Okay.
You know, I think that's what I think they're doing, the catchy like, ooh, stupid, where it's like, yeah, maybe they're like putting out all the
Yeah.
other information they have because they want to make more room for the information about this one person.
Or
And
you,
I
or
think
you
maybe that's
became
bad judgment.
you became victim to an AI generated article because
Yeah.
that's so anti news. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, I'm the victim now.
Yeah, no, I'm saying is unfortunately you read an article that nobody wrote.
You're the
A computer
idiots.
wrote it.
You know what? Let's go. I'm done. Let's unplug. Everyone unplug.
I'm
we're,
with that.
We're gonna burn all computers. We're burning AI.
While a
we're burning
computer is
technology.
sitting on your lap.
We're
You are brave.
throwing it.
Be the first. Break your computer right now.
We're getting rid of electric cars.
Smash it.
'cause
Snap the
apparently
computer right now.
Smash your
Kiara-
computer.
Be the first. Let's do
Kiara
it.
said that electric cars all blow up anyway.
No.
Yep.
In the hurricane
all
they
the
did.
electric cars that were sitting in water in the hurricane, all of their owners went home, and on the streets, in garages, everything was burned down
She didn't
because
do.
of the
See,
electric
she
cars.
didn't do anything. She just put her computer to the side and then
that's what
picked
I'm
it back
saying.
up again.
even
Folks,
hear
we
that.
want to thank our Patreon supporters.
Yeah,
For
truly.
$4 a month, you
$4.
can support this show.
Okay. That was.
What? It's,
No, it was.
a big
Birds
It's
aren't real. Get rid of
birds
that.
never were real. So head on down to the bio, follow the link there, and thank you in advance for your support. Guys, big win last week. That 25-hour podcast.
Yeah.
We smashed our goal,
Smashed
raised
it.
the money for Alzheimer's, and
That was literally only a couple days ago.
I know,
Kill
but
me.
now we don't have to
Now I don't have to see you.
don't
for a
have to
whole
do it
week.
again for another year. You don't have to stay up for 25
I
hours.
will say this year was it was not that bad. I felt like in terms of like prior years, I felt like we did pretty good.
I'm going to say, John, best year yet.
Yeah, I thought it was great. We raised a lot of money, but I also say like even afterwards, I felt like I recovered pretty well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you worked the next day.
Yeah, I did. You're
That's
right.
crazy.
Yeah, I know. Well,
And now you're still standing.
Guys, before we go,
Uh-huh.
we have a lot of things to accomplish this season.
Yeah.
Just end it.
We have our bingo cards that we're doing.
Yes.
We haven't even
Our
made
fall
them.
bingo
oh, you guys
cards.
made them without me. Cool.
Don't worry, John. They made them without me too.
We always do.
What the?
We're
It's
doing.
a thing that we do.
Oh, you guys are.
Yeah,
gonna
it's a
do
thing
it.
that we
You
do.
guys
Be
have
part
bingo
of it.
cards.
We'll just join them.
Yeah, you're going to
no.
have
We
to.
don't have to
Yeah,
make
I
it.
don't want
Guys-
to make a bingo
Your-
card anymore.
Our cards.
I'm so tired of
cover
this,
all
dude. I'm
us.
so tired of it.
Well,
John.
now we live together, so we'll make bingo cards all
You
the
can
time.
You
Sure.
made a dumb bingo card though. I already know. So now
Oh.
I'm
Really?
connected to a dumb bingo
That's
card.
great. That's
and that's
great.
the
And
problem.
I'm
bring
glad you
mine.
brought this up, John. I'm glad you mentioned bingo cards.
Oh.
On
Okay, you
our
have 30
fall
seconds. It's
our
50
fall bingo
minutes.
cards. Move. Already did it. Charlie Brown movie. 25-hour podcast. Done. Gilmore Girls
Annie,
night.
what are we going to
Camp.
do this weekend?
Pumpkin
When
patch.
did you make that?
Hot coffee walk on a cold day. Boots.
When
We're
did you
gonna
make
wear
it?
boots.
When did you make it?
Not important. Friendsgiving.
When did you make the card?
Photo walk. I have 30 seconds. I can't answer your questions. We're gonna go to Joshua
Ryan?
Tree.
Oh, your
When
time's
We're gonna
up.
go to the
Cards.
Whaley house. We're
Probably
gonna have
a
Thanksgiving.
month ago, like before we left for Europe.
We're gonna go to a
Oh.
haunted house. We're gonna have soup. We're
Now
gonna
I'm
make
regretting
pumpkin
I didn't
bread.
bow out of the 25-hour because
We're
I
gonna-
wish that box would have been checked.
We're gonna have
That's crazy. You
s'mores.
put the stupidest
We're gonna
stuff on there. Stuff that we
celebrate
were
On the
actually
couch
doing.
as always, Carrots up for you. Eddie the Scope Scopin. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
We'll see you next week on
What
What
the
the Podcast.
We're going to Julian. We're carving pumpkins. We're
Annie,
doing
this Friday,
Oktoberfest.
this
on.
Friday, John,
There we go.
going to Oktoberfest.
Yeah, Oktoberfest.
You in
Awesome.
for that, La Mesa?
Does it feel like quieter in here now?
I feel like a weight has just
If only
been
I
lifted.
had. If only I had.
Oh no. Oh, mister.
And we're gonna.
I unmuted your mic again. So
And we're gonna see
See a horse.